Hey everyone, how's it going? Adrienne here. Today I am here to give you a preview of week 10. Week 10 of the Creating Your Inner Temple series. And this week we're going to be talking and focusing about the sixth chakra, the third eye, which corresponds to the pineal gland, and the gifts of wisdom, intuition, a balance between the inner and outer, the feminine, the masculine, Shakti, Shiva, coming together, united into one. And so this is where we get the different quotes and wisdom about one must become as one must become focused as through light eye, which is the one eye, the internal vision, the spiritual vision of intuition that we are being asked to balance with our outer vision. So it's a balance between the inner and outer worlds, the yin and the yang, and in that perfect balance there is union of the union, and then the soul emerges. And so the duality of the lower chakras, of our lower mind and ego, which is all focused externally out on the outer world, becomes balanced with the internal world, the spiritual world, the energetic world. And the as the yogi said, we have different subtleties of awareness and consciousness, which are expressed through the energy centers or the lenses of each chakra in our body, the informational center. So as infinite consciousness, we are having to adapt our energy to be embodied. So I like to use the example of like when you're traveling and you have to get an adapter to use to change the frequency of the electricity from say, you know, your appliance, your cell phone or your hairdryer, to that of the country that you're visiting. And so it adapts the waves of electricity in order to work with the appliance. In this case, it's our body, right? And the yogi said that we have 5 different bodies, different vehicles, different layers of subtlety, from the gross to casual to the subtle body. And as our chakras are balanced, cleared, reactivated with prana, which allows us to become more aware of our energy body, not just our physical body, but our energy body and our etheric body. This renews the mind. So we're not just using the material mind, which is based on material survival, but we are able to make the transition to the higher mind, to connect with unity cosmic consciousness that is all one. And this happens through the sixth chakra, and allows us to arise to our crown chakra, which we'll be doing the 11th and final week of this series of meditation. Sorry, there's a loud bus driving by. I have my windows open today in my office to let the cool air in, so my apologies for any background noises that you might be picking up. So as we move the color and the seed phrase, it is indigo, and it is the seed phrase I see. And it's not necessarily seeing the outer world, but the inner world in balance. Like you have the infinity circle, so you have perfect balance between the inner and outer, which allows you to access your soul consciousness. And so then there is a transcendence of the mere physical vehicle to the energy body or the etherical body, and then eventually when we get to the 7th chakra, we access the bliss body, which we'll talk about next week. But anyhow, that's what we're going to be working on this week, clearing out that 6th chakra. So it will be things like, learning to trust your intuition, trusting your inner wisdom, your inner knowing, creating your life from your imagination or your higher mind versus your lower mind, which is a product of the past, a product of protection, a product of survival, which ends up creating more of the same in the future. So this is crossing a bridge from living purely in the material world, although we do, but also being able to access that spiritual part of you, that supply of source, which is your true nature and is the origin of the material world. And so once you open up and clear this 6th chakra, that all comes into balance, and then you are able to see clearly your nature, your true relationship to yourself, and thus your relationship to the world. So it's kind of a big step in the transformation of your humanity and your expression, your creativity, your groundedness, being the neutral observer of your life, knowing that everything is pure energy, the circulation of energy, and then the true purpose of your mind is the blueprint that impresses the energy, which creates the outpouring or the outpicturing in the world. So this is really a essential point, the Anja Chakra, the 6th chakra, to manifesting intentionally and knowing your relationship. True abundance is your source, your internal source. So as an integrative awareness coach, a self-awareness integrative coach, I should say, this is my work, is bringing all these parts of the human frame together into consciousness, so you become self-aware of the truth of your nature as the information center, accessing information, being plugged into your source at all levels, pulling your energy from unproductive cycles, unproductive patterns that may have been a product of this ego survival mind that all of us have been conditioned to live into. So this is a waking up, a stepping into. And as you bring all these parts of yourself back online, back home in your inner temple, so your life becomes a sacred offering, or you realize that your life is the sacred offering itself, and that you can consciously orchestrate it, move it, and have your being in the fullness of who you are, is life-changing. And so through the process of integrative awareness coaching, you are bringing, like, as an explorer of consciousness, as one who explores consciousness, you are bringing greater awareness of the self as consciousness. Like that is your very nature, at the fundamental ground of your being. And it's kind of upside down to what we've been taught, where our primary source of being is our material aspects. But our body, our life is infused with that source. They are not separate. You have material infused with source, which is spirit. And that both of those they don't have to be. They haven't been for thousands of years, but they are now becoming into balance, where people are being called to bring all aspects of themselves online, those parts of ourselves that have been historically left in the unconscious aspects, for many reasons, which I will not go into here. But if you would like to find out more about my integrative coaching services, or how I might support you in accelerating this process of coming home to the truth of who you are, being able to live into your own unique soul signature, trusting your creative power, and honoring your intuition, your inner knowing, and shining your light out into the world, then please, my apologies, there's a truck backing up now. Check out my website at www.mindheart-space.com, and I'll let you go before this truck keeps going on. All right, bye for now. I hope you can be with me on Sunday at 12 Pacific Standard Time for week 11. We're working on the 6th chakra. All right, bye for now.